And then my son says, okay, guys, so now you can have screen time. You did your homework. Now you have 45 minutes screen time. And he would set the timer. And so Sean and Joaquin say, Dad, we don't want to have screen time. We want to hear more about our great grandfather, our great grandfather. And so I said, okay, boys, make me a cup of coffee. And
hello, and welcome back to the vlog. I know it's been a while, but we're at the Festival of Books again. Tucson Festival of Books. My mom is in a workshop right now, or a panel, and I had one I wanted to go to, and then I decided I didn't really want to go do it. So I'm filming this intro vlog and just prepping to go to the next workshop, which is actually my uncle, which you guys met last time. I will link the last time vlog and his video I did on his book. I just republished the review for his book to make it a little bit cleaner. It's kind of choppy at the same time, but I think it's better. So yeah, and I'll link that up in the cards, and I'll link his book and all his stuff there. I'll probably do another like quick intro on him and his book later, maybe tonight. But yeah, so this time we'll try and film a little bit more of the panels, like bits and pieces. But we're here. You can see, behind me. There are all the tents and other stuff, and I'll film things like last time, walking down the halls and stuff, or between the tents. But yeah, so we're here. It is a cold cold desert morning. It snowed 2 days ago in the desert. It snowed. So we'll see how warm it gets today. The breeze, there's a slight breeze, and that's what's kind of cold. I'm right now in the middle of what I call the hot and cold section, where I'm like, if I can leave my sweater fully zipped, I'm hot. But then if I take off my sweater, I'm going to be cold. So it's like this in-between suffering, because the sun is warm and then the breeze is cool. So yeah. I think I'm just going to suffer warm-wise versus cold-wise. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's intro to this vlog, and we'll insert B-roll until my uncle's workshop, which is what I'm going to next. Yeah. See you in the next one.
Mix it with the pasta, add it to your dish, and refrigerate that, I would say up to overnight. And then you can just bake it once you're ready. So you can just remove it from.
so welcome this morning. I'm Reynalso, Santa Cruz. And for those of you that don't speak Spanish, Reynalso is Santa Cruz. Born and raised here in Tucson, and I'm going to be going through things that I went through as a self-publisher the first time, and hope to give you ideas, suggestions, some of my bumps in the road, and the good things that happened during this process. So I hope I can give you at least one good thing to take away today. And also, this will be an interactive type of workshop where I'm going to ask you each table to do a little interacting amongst your table, and that way you can hopefully get to know each other. And because one of the best things that I learned is learn from other authors and learn from their mistakes and learn from their accomplishments, and so hopefully that will help you. So that's my background. So what I'd like for you to do is maybe we're going to take 1 minute, and I'd like for you to go around the table and introduce yourself to your table mates, and maybe let them know if you're starting a book. And then my son says, "Okay, guys, so now you have screen time. You did your homework. Now you have 45 minutes of screen time," and he would set the timer. And so Sean and Joaquin say, "Dad, we don't want to have screen time. We want to hear more about our great grandfather, our great grandfather." And so I said, "Okay, boys, make me a cup of coffee and let's sit on the couch and I'll tell you about your Tata Pulido." And so that was the inspiration for first starting my idea. And I thought, well, I'm going to finalize it. I'm going to get a template, fill out the family tree. But what happened is every Sunday, following Sundays that I go over, they wanted to hear more about the family. And so the more I would tell them, the more they were interested. So then I thought, okay, maybe this family tree can develop into a memoir and have a written record for them so that they can have it always, and it would help my sons. And so it became a memoir. Anyway, so I have a big family. Later, if you get a chance, in part of my book, I did a family tree, and I have some photos here, displays. So it evolved into a novel, and then I thought, well, I better do an outline for this thing. I'm not familiar with this, and I'm an old school guy. I have a laptop, but a tablet. So I like to write things down, and so I started writing ideas, and then Carla would say, "You put it on your Word document and save it." And I go, "No, this is what I use," and so it helped because I had a written record. I could read the written record in my writing. I could just cross it off and add something, draw arrows and that sort of thing, because I wasn't well versed on the Word document. But anyway, that's the way it started, and
you have to do like 10 pages on the options that didn't work out. You know what I mean? I think so. You can cut that out.
Yeah,
We don't
well,
do
and in today's day and age, I mean, you look at a romance novel and you think, why, they're a romance novel, why don't two, willing, healthy adults just get together? But then, in the reality of the world, how many of our friends are cute and lovely, and yet they're still single? The reality is that love is difficult. Why don't we people just get together? I think we as authors do a lot of work to kind of craft our tropes and the reasons that they don't, just get together or don't just find a new hotel room. We work really we work really hard to make it make sense, but that's not slapping in the face of why this isn't happening. And the reason, I have forced proximity. She's going to go stay at her mom's house. They say mom's actually seeing dad again. Her parents are not divorced, but have been separated for 13 years. Mom's seeing dad again. And she's like, fine, I'll just stay upstairs. And it's an immediate reaction. And from that grew, this in her entire backstory and for her where that came from. And so we will, position and, scaffold things. And then sometimes I'm a pantser, so I'm a writer who really kind of discovers the book as I write it. And it was like, oh, her wound is a part of this forced proximity, as fun as the forced proximity is going to be.
Yeah, and I think to me it's like a logic problem almost.
Yeah.
You have to kind of say, okay, well, I want to have this forced proximity happen. How do I make it make sense? And you've got to have all those reasons, And so that to me is kind of part of the fun of the plotting the book. I'm not quite a pantser. I definitely have fun. Fun and the fun of writing a book. So yeah, that is part of the fun. Is that I'm like, I'm gonna do a forced proximity. I'm gonna do an only one bed, but then you've got to make it make sense. And yeah, why can't they just do this? Why can't they just do that? So there can be some conversations in the book of it, but it just still doesn't have to go on for 10 pages. Why didn't you just go 2 pages over? Yeah, that's great. But so I think that's just kind of you have to do it in a way that makes logical sense, but you still allow that little bit of suspension of disbelief. It's a romance novel.
Hey guys, so I'm not closing. I'll probably do another clip when I get home. But it's the end of the festival. You can see it's closing. My mom went to go talk to some people at a tent, and I came to sit down. Even though I just sat through a panel, which you would have seen the clips of a romance panel. I missed one I wanted to see before that, which was a poetry panel about like love, body, and stuff like that. But I ended up spending like way more time with my uncle, and I set up his Instagram. I'll link him down below. I think I'm gonna make him a beacon also. But check him out, and again, his book will be linked down below. And charities. There we go. Words. The charities will also be linked down below, most likely, or I might just have a beacon with all of that stuff linked. But yeah, so it got hot actually pretty quick. So as you can tell, I took off my sweater. But yeah, and I bought things which we'll go over when I get home. So yeah, I'll do an ending clip. But yeah, I didn't get to see as many booths because I was with my uncle. But my uncle has the first panel tomorrow, and I also won't have my mom. My parents may come to see my uncle's panel, but then they're probably gonna leave, or at least they'll like step away, and I'll be by myself. So I'll probably explore more. But yeah, I did meet a poetry society that's like a state-run poetry society that I did see on the list, and I looked up their website and it was kind of confusing, but I talked to someone and it seemed more, he broke things down for me, and I also did a discount for being a member by coming here, so I might join that. We'll see. As one of my goals is to write more poetry this month and get published. So yeah, it was fun. I will see you at home when we go over what I bought. Yes, also tomorrow we will be doing signings because I have Let's books, and the panel I want to see, there was one I could have seen today, but the one I really want to see is tomorrow. So yes, also Angelina Lopez, I heard her talk. I now desperately want to read her book. That might be the next quarter's club pick. So yeah, I'll see you at home next week. Hello, I'm back. I don't know why I felt out of breath for a second there, but we're home. So I'm very goody. I'm so super tired. So I didn't buy any books this time. We'll see about tomorrow. So after I dropped my mom off at her first panel, I went walking around to find out where my uncle was going to be because I didn't know what part of the library he was going to be in, and to find out where he was signing. And then I just walked around a couple of the vendor tents that were close to my mom because I didn't want to go too far from her. And I found, let me see, can I get the card first before I show you? There you go. So I found a place called Rare Dragons Shop. And this is their card. Nope, focus on the card, not me. Thank you. The artist does, this is like all art that she's done. It was super beautiful, super cool. I thought the dragons called me in. So did the mythical cats. What I ended up buying, robot owls. Or like steampunky owls. Yeah, it's like the owl from Clash of the Titans, not the remake, the original one. I think the owl's name is Pip or something. I'll put the name and maybe I'll insert a picture of the owl. It's like that. I looked at this for a while and I was like, because I do need one. I need a mouse pad. But I thought about it. I thought about it really, really hard. And I was like, I'm going to go for it. Because something like this would have been way more expensive. I got this for $20. $20. And most places, they're like 30, or up, especially because this is like art that someone designed, not like company commissioned art. So I got this. And I'll put a link to her shop. If you're interested, you can check that out down below. And if I take shots of my desk, you'll be able to see this soon. I'm drinking cranberry juice. Then, while I was walking around, I bumped into, I guess this is a book, but I didn't buy it. I bumped into another tent that was in the children's section called, it's backwards, but www.nurseflorence.org. We have some pretty designs. And it was two illustrators and a writer. And I think one of them was a nurse and the two others were educators or vice versa. And they write books, children's books, that are meant to help children understand medical terms. So this one says, how does our spine work? And there's what they told me is that there's a different Nurse Florence in every book. And each Nurse Florence is a different race, a different ethnicity, a different color, gender, and to be inclusive. And there are 3 girls. I don't remember what the girls' names were. She took the one of the illustrators told me, she was the one that talked to me, that there are 3 girls that rotate throughout the books, and the girls are the ones that ask these questions. And there were other ones that were like, how does asthma work? Why do I bleed? And how do I hear? And, there was one about what is a heart attack? Things like that. So it's to help kids understand these medical things, but in terms they'll know. And the art inside is very pretty, and you can see they're short paragraphs, really short. Like, even though this is a full page, it's still like, it's very big spacing, and it's just really simple language that's still honest. And the thought again behind it is to help kids learn. And these 3 people, I don't know if there's more people on the team. They were saying they want to bring more like illustrators and stuff onto the team. But the idea again is to help kids understand, so that when they get older and they get to be adults, they have at least this basic level of understanding of medical things. Because, most people don't understand how a lot of medical things function and work. So I got this one. And they gave it to me for free because I told them I work in the medical field. So, and they wanted me to spread like the word and have like it being introduced. I'm going to contact some former classmates I know of that work in like pediatrics and see if they'd be interested in contacting these people. So, but I'm going to spread my word through here. So, and who knows, maybe I'll give it to my mom and have her donate it to her library at school. We'll see. Then I went to the festival shop and I got a hat for my husband because he likes hats. It's just as the festival books. I know it's backwards again. I'm sorry if it's green. And then I got a t-shirt. This year's animal is a raccoon. And it says, where words and imagination come to life. So I might wear this tomorrow, so you might see it. We'll see. And then we saw my uncle, like I said. He has some new bookmarks here. Now, focus on this camera. Not me. Don't focus on me. There we go. Can we focus, camera? Yeah? Question? There we go. So, and like I said, I started his Instagram. I'll link things, or if I make him a beacon, it will be linked in a beacon for him, which again is similar to Linktree, but I think better. And then I had found this. I was talking about a local site. So this is the Poet Society application I was given at that site, and I have a offer for a reduced fee. So I might just do it. I gotta just confirm with my husband, check our stuff. So yeah, so I have that. So I might join that. Again, as one of my goals is to get published through poetry. So, and this might also help me get into the nursing journal that I'm hoping to get into. So yeah, they said they have like meetups in Tucson, which is the closest main town to me. So in Tucson, where they go over each other's poetry and talk and critique each other and all that stuff, which I thought sounds like a really good resource for like in-person stuff, because I don't really have any in-person writers. So yeah, but that was it. That was day one. We'll see if I have to turn this into a 2-segment video again. But that was day one, Saturday. I got through a lot of things. Also, I don't know if I'll move this audio around or whatever, but the panel I did go to, which was caught in between, something like that. It was very much talking about like forced proximity. That was the point of the panel, but they were also talking about tropes in general. And I feel like a lot of romance panels do that to some degree. Most of them divulge into trope conversations, as tropes are prolific in the romance world. So we were very much talking about that, but they had some really good comments and advice. Stuck in the middle. Stuck in the middle. So just a couple things that I thought were noteworthy, though everything was really good. It was funny. Jessica, the one with blue hair, you'll see, she also moderated a panel last year, and she's just hilarious. She just makes the panels so calm and chill. I really love her. But so someone asked a question about how much research do the writers do in regards to learning about a character's job. And pretty much everyone said that they do a lot of research, but it won't be on the page. But you do it and hope that it helps you inform the character and their personality and perhaps the environment and such like that. But being aware that, again, it probably won't stay in the draft, and it's not necessarily for everybody else. It's for you and for your writing and for your developing of the character. And then Kate Colo, I'll put her name here. I don't remember what her name was, or her last name, but her first name was Kate. they were asking about like favorite tropes and things like that to some of the authors. She mentioned, which I have heard of, but I didn't really think about in the romance industry, as a trope that she liked, which was marriage in trouble trope is really rare. And when they are done, there's really only like one or two, she said, that are really good and successful and very true to romance in the sense of like an HEA. Um, so that gave me thoughts. I was like, this is interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So yeah, that's really it. I'm hoping tomorrow, especially because again, I'll be by myself, I'll be able to hit more panels. I have a plan, but again, plans can be, derailed. I literally have only 2 panels that I most desperately want to go to. Especially because one of them is Alexaria, and I haven't actually shown you. I purchased for her to sign because I love her work. I absolutely loved the light. You Had Me at Hola. This was like third book in the series for Latin authors, read rate review. So this I bought this one and I gave it like 4.75 stars, I think, or something like that. And then I'm currently reading, and it's part of this quarter's monthly book club, which will go in as a review for the Latin author read rate review, is a lot like Adios. This one, sneak peek for people who are not on the club page, and obviously, like I haven't filmed the video because I haven't finished the book as of filming this. Ooh, this, mamas, this is hot. Oh my god, I was not expecting it. I was expecting something nice, not necessarily sweet, but just like something chill, like her first one. Hell no! This book goes hard in all definitions of hard. I'm not complaining. You know me. I love the spice. It just caught me off guard. And I was like, what the fuck? So I'll be taking these tomorrow. Yep. Get them signed. And yeah, I just hope that the next one is just as beautiful. Because the cover hasn't been revealed. But I think in her last newsletter, because I am part of her newsletter, on her newsletter list thingamabob, she said the same artist is doing the 3rd book cover for the last Prima Power book. And I think she said that she's doing her last edits, or she's almost done with her last edits. So super excited. I just also want to see the cover. Yep. So that is it. That is the update for today. I will see you guys tomorrow, either in the next clip or in the next video. If it's in the next video, I'll film an outro later when I'm editing. But I'm going to assume that I was able to put it in one video this year. So I'll see you tomorrow in the next clip. Bye. Okay, guys. So after I don't know, forever trying to edit this vlog, I have decided to cut it in half because there is no way for me to make it less than an hour. And for me to take out things that I want to keep it, because they're fun and for context, and it was an event. So yeah, so this is the end of this vlog. If you want to see how Sunday went and the panels and stuff that I went on Sunday, then that will be here in the playlist. You can check that out there. And yeah, or actually, you know what? No. So playlist will be here like normal, and then here I'll have part 2. They'll probably come out very close because I've pretty much edited it down. I just need to do this, add this, and then just add some, I think a couple more texts to both videos, and then they'll be good. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. If you want to get my uncle's book, I'll link his beacon, his link tree down below. You can check that out. Check out my stuff too. Um, and yeah, that's it. Oh, I have new glasses. If you guys can't tell, new glasses. Um, and yeah, that's it. I don't know. I feel random having to film this like a month later. Okay.